What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as stellar lumens to US dollar. We're also going to be discussing the Litecoin price forecast for 2019. Are we set sail to break the $50 iceberg and swim as far as $230? That is, the question for today's episode. We're also going to be looking at the new Samsung Galaxy S10, which potentially is going to, or is including cryptocurrency key storage in this new phone stored on a device. Two huge important articles. Otherwise, I apologize for this video going out a little bit later than I usually do. That is for good reason though. I did just get off a very important business phone call with a very important brand. We're definitely doing some sort of collaboration. This is going to be huge. They're very well known within the cryptocurrency market and community. So you guys will be definitely surprised about who exactly I am collaborating with. It will be huge. So definitely stay tuned. On that note though, I am going to be releasing that video when I do record the video in about a week or two. So definitely make sure to be subscribed to the channel, turn on post notifications, and leave a giant thumbs up. This way you do not miss out on any of those important drops, those important releases in terms of the unboxings as well as the partnerships. Otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. So really quick, guys, I'm on the current coin market cap, and as you guys can see, we have a market cap of 135.2 bill, 24-hour volume of 24.8 bill, and a Bitcoin dominance of 51.8%. So we're actually about even with yesterday. What I'm noticing, yeah, the markets are up, so we may see a little bit more. Actually, we are a little bit more up compared to yesterday. Market cap is at 135.2. We're at 133 billion. About 24-hour volume is 24.8, so that is slightly up too. Markets are slowly increasing, so we're not really seeing any major jump. We haven't not seen these prices before. They're all nothing new. We've been to 49.66. We've actually been higher than that. So compared to yesterday, we did dip, and now we're just pulling back up. You can see we're really just trading out sideways stability. Some coins are on a slight incline. Litecoin's doing very well in the number 5th spot, as you guys know, repping that Litecoin brand shirt. But otherwise, most of the top 10 coins are in green. Actually, all of them. Most of the market is in green, but only up by like 1 to 2%. Nothing really that major. Ontology up 14%. That's actually a pretty big leap. Furthermore, guys, before I do jump into the article, if you do want to take advantage of the current market that we're in and get free $25 of Bitcoin, definitely make sure to sign up to the ABRA exchange down below. It's the second link in the description. Deposit $5 of, from a US bank account, and they will reward you with $25 of free Bitcoin. Otherwise, moving on though to the current article of discussion today. So Litecoin price forecast 2019. The coin has a chance to reach, the value of $230. What are the factors contributing to, Litecoin's, growth? Following Bitcoin's path, Litecoin seems to be on the rise. It's becoming quite popular among investors and is slowly gaining its price. There's a very high probability that it will trade higher than $30 all year long. But what about its highest point? Although the bearish period seems to be over, the crypto market is still highly volatile, as we know. That's why making any short-term predictions is quite hard. However, it doesn't discourage any analytical websites and people from making their own forecasts. Thus, according to publications on various crypto websites, Litecoin has, enough potential to reach $1,000. Some articles even mention $2,000. It seems to be far from reality, but what are the suggestions based on? However, these forecasts are on par with predictions from some experts. For example, George Tung, a cryptocurrency analyst, claims that Litecoin will reach potential $1,500 towards the end of 2019. Do you guys believe that? Let me know in the comments. Brian Kelly, the head of BK Capital Management, is sure we might witness a Litecoin price of $500 to $600 by the end of the year. As well, let me know what you think down below. Though conservative, this approach seems to be close to reality. We've seen Litecoin trading at $100 plenty of times before, and Litecoin might jump from its $48 to, $1,200. But what if this don't happen? So basically, my guess is that Litecoin could reach the range of $150 to $230 by the end of 2019. How can it crawl to such numbers? First, in August of 2019, the block reward for miners will be cut by 50%, driving up margins and the want for crypto that much more difficult to get. And then what will start, Litecoin's growth? The rate of the accepting Litecoin on exchange and online websites is gradually increasing, so the retail adoption is becoming huge too. One of the options, or one of the adoption examples, is a Surf Air store that started accepting Litecoin. We have the UFC, we have the Mammoth Film Festival exchange, so tons, Mimblewimble, tons of different, ways that, retail investors, financial institutions are accepting crypto and using Litecoin for adoption. We had Subaru, tons of huge things. Litecoin's growth is also partially defined by Bitcoin's performance, and at the moment, Bitcoin is on the rise. However, Litecoin does seem to recover from the bearish period much faster, than Bitcoin did. And at the same time, while Bitcoin is gaining in traffic, users start complaining about growing transaction fees and slower performance. That's when their attention switches to Litecoin, which is a lower commission and a better speed. I was able to send a payment, to my friend in a couple of seconds with a only 3-cent fee when, Litecoin could have been like 15, 20 cents. Pretty big amount when you can compare to something that's cheaper, quicker, and easier. Otherwise, guys, though, moving on, though, I did want to discuss the new Samsung Galaxy S10, including the cryptocurrency key storage. I thought that was some pretty interesting news. The fact that a phone as big and as popular as Galaxy to accept or just mention cryptocurrency, I think is huge for the community as a whole. So, the Galaxy S10 will include storage for private cryptocurrency keys, according to the official press release on February 20th, which I believe was, let's check, 2 days ago. So they said Galaxy S10 is built with a defense-grade Samsung Knox, as well as a secure storage backed by hardware, which houses your private keys for blockchain-enabled mobile services. Ahead of S10's release, rumors abounded regarding the phone's possible configuration and support for crypto wallets and dApps. Last month, images surfaced that allegedly portraying the Samsung blockchain key store on the Galaxy S10 reportedly leaked photos featuring Ethereum wallet options for the supported cryptocurrencies list. No such wallet was mentioned in the press release, though. Samsung is not the only major smartphone producer to have implemented crypto-related capabilities into smartphones. May of last year, I believe the Consumer Electronics HTC Corporation has unveiled its first native blockchain phone. HTC Exodus will launch with support for multiple blockchains, including Bitcoin, Ethereum networks, as well as a Brave browser as the default browser. So pretty awesome. Bunch of crazy news. Sorry that was so wordy. Otherwise, moving on to what you guys know best, the analytics, and let's discuss the technical analytics. So guys, I'm on Litecoin right now. This is my charts. I did change this chart up a little bit. I added more lines. That should be, you guys who have me on Patreon should get these updates right now. If you don't, let me know in the comments. But, also if you guys do want access for any of these charts, it is the first link in my description to my Patreon. And you guys get live updating charts, basically seeing exactly what I'm seeing on a day-to-day basis, or actually like minute-to-minute basis. It's pretty awesome. But otherwise, yes, I did add some lines because I did notice a couple of things. So not only do we have an uptrend right here, which you can see is beautiful uptrend holding very, very, very well in support right here. Currently we broke bearish and then started trading back up, broke out of this channel, and we started hitting resistance up here. Now I did notice another uptrend which is forming on the 4 hours, so that doesn't mean it is fully secure, but I will move our focus onto the daily to check it out. But you can see we are kind of climbing this uptrend here too. We have numerous points of context, numerous wicks are touching it, and we're starting to climb back up, so it's very possible that we could even move this up here and continue to climb all the way up to the top here. So it's going to be very interesting. I would like to see whether or not we're going to cross out of here that easily, or if we're going to start to carry back up, break through $50 and head to the $54 region. A big thing to note is we are currently only at 56 on the relative strength indicator, indicating that we can go higher now in the short term. One thing to keep note of, though, is actually on Litecoin's daily, we are also nearing overbought. Now, that is an issue, though, because I don't feel comfortable putting in money here. Down over here when we were oversold, that was an indication, a good time to put in money. But the fact that we're nearing overbought, I still personally don't feel comfortable buying in. Personally, I would buy back in when we retest the red band on the high-low MMA, which actually looks like the green is about to cross over, indicating a more bullish approach to the new accumulation phase I think we're in. But it's going to be interesting. You can see a beautiful uptrend forming. You can see this resistance up at the top here. We're kind of getting sandwiched. So it's going to be actually very soon before we see some sort of move, some sort of action. Either we're going to break bearish from this $51 resistance and fall potentially to 47, if not 39. That is a possibility. Or we're going to break through with flying colors. Personally, I think we're going to retest 50 and fall back down to 47. That's just my assumption. You guys do with that what you will. But furthermore, moving on to Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin trading at 39 or 38.97. No, currently we're at 39.83. Apologies, I just read it wrong up here. 3,943. Now, I did talk about this falling wedge that was happening. Yes, I did remember what it was called. We're currently overbought, guys, on the daily. That's kind of scary to me. Again, I would not buy in here. I think we're too, on one extreme of the charts. I do think we need to pull back down. I do think we need to come back down to $3,600. That's just my personal opinion. We're nearing, guys, to this, green band. So it's very possible that before we do touch down to, 36, we could hit up this green band and then come back down. That is definitely very possible. But the fact that this is a whole new obstacle that is very strong, being that we're already weak, being overbought, is an indication to me that we're going to start heading back down. I do want to just delete that. Don't know why I just added that in. Bam, let's do this. Get rid of that. There we go. So I don't think we're going to have enough volume and potential to break through here. But that's just my guess. That's just my opinion. You guys can obviously let me know what you think down below. There is some sort of uptrend forming, but nothing too crazy. Also, I do want to discuss Ethereum. Ethereum does look quite interesting too. Also, kind of came back down from being overbought, trading at around 60 on the RSI. On the 4-hour, you can see we're having a lot of these fractals form. We're having a lot of these descending or ascending triangles, commence. You can see right here, this previous one was being supported not only by an uptrend, but by the high-low MMA, the middle moving averages. That's kind of supporting this coin to shoot up. Interesting enough, we're currently now forming our second ascending triangle, and it's going to be very interesting as to whether or not we're going to break bullish through that. You can see the previous ascending triangle, was being traded at around only 58 on the RSI. The current one is, kind of higher, up at around 65. So a bit of a stretch. It's going to be interesting to see whether we can break bullish from that. If we do, we're probably going to retest that $160 level. But if we don't, we're going to fall most likely back down to around 130. Definitely keep that in mind. I don't think this is a buying market at the current price. I do think we're going to need some consolidation. So I'm not buying in right now, but previously looking at XLM right now on the 4-hour, that does look good. I think XLM has the best charts compared to the rest of the market. Only at around 56 on the RSI, especially on the daily. It does have the potential, guys, to continue to climb up to 12 cents, and I honestly think that's where it's headed. We broke out of the downtrend. This descending triangle was huge on XLM. We finally broke bullish from that, and I'm honestly expecting in the near future for a nice retracement or a nice price movement all the way up to 12 cents. Lastly, I did just want to check out the daily charts. You can see one thing here is that we're still within the downtrend, guys, so this descending triangle is still hugging Bitcoin, and we do need to obviously break through this downtrend before we can see any sort of gigantic movement to the upside. So I'm really looking to see what's going to happen right now, because we're literally at the last point here before we see any sort of potential spike to the upside. So a couple of weeks, guys, and we're going to see some really big action. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, the giant thumbs up, get ready for tomorrow's video, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.